Yoshiano, ladies and gentlemen, good evening, dobro došli, and welcome. Got time. This week, we are going live with Srdjan General. You know Srdjan General? No, he's not part of United Serbs. He's not part of Mladost. He's definitely not part of Mladost Arbadia, right? No, nema. Mlađi je on čovjek. Much younger he is. Kaže, prijatelji moji, we'd like to go ahead and welcome him to our show. Srdjan General. Dobro večer, Srdjane, i dobro došao, prijatelji moji.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming in, my friend. Srdjan General is, as you know, ladies and gentlemen, and if you don't know, I'll tell you right now, right? Shit, I'm sure they have no clue, bro. No clue.
Fill them in.
Born and raised in Chicago, Illinois, and he hopes to begin his stand-up comedy tour in the fall of 2020, pending restrictions due to COVID-19. So, Srdjan General began uploading his videos on the YouTube platform about 4 years ago, and has since made a name for himself worldwide, thanks to his creativity and persistence. Još jednom, Srdjane, dobrodošao, and welcome, brate moj.
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about yourself. You know, as I mentioned, you were born and raised here in Chicago, and, you know, gde su tvoji? Odakle su tvoji?
So, yes, like you said, I am actually first generation, born and raised in Chicago. My folks are from two selos that are near Bijeljina, and by near, I mean 2 mountains and 1 donkey right away. And they came in the 80s, and then down the line I came around, and there you go. Been here ever since.
You know, Srdjan, I think a lot of people, I think it's very creative. Srdjan General, right? How did you come up with the name? Because I know your name isn't Generalovic.
That's right. It's not, and thank God. Basically, the name came about in school here. They called me Surgeon because Srdjan was just not in the cards. It sounded wrong, and it really stemmed from my mom starting that whole surgeon trend, like in preschool, kindergarten. And I just thought to myself, what's a creative name that plays off my name? And one day, Srdjan General just came up. Like, I wasn't going to be like a surgeon, the surgeon, because I have nothing to do with anything medical, nor do I have a degree in medicine. So I felt like this was a better fit.
Srdjan, tell me, how did you start doing this? How do you come up with something like this? What triggers the thought, you know what, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. How did it all start? Tell me how that began. So we mentioned something about 4 years ago, you uploading it to the YouTube platform. Did it begin before that, maybe?
It actually did. I want to say 6-7 years ago, I started doing parodies of reality TV moments and shows like Maury. But the quality wasn't up to my expectations and standards, so I just kind of stopped it completely and went about my life. And then I wanted to start back up again a couple years later, and then I saw people like Serbian Lessons Guy and other people that are kind of doing cultural type videos. And I'm like, you know what, I can do this too, but put my own spin on it. And just that pretty much put the fire under me to start doing it.
Was it American or Serbian? Balkan, whatever.
The second time around?
Yeah.
The second time around was a Balkan theme, yes. It started off with like the first video being growing up with Balkan parents, which was a pretty big hit even back then. And it kind of just went from there.
What would you say that potentially maybe influenced you to take this route, right? Was it something back in elementary school? Was it something in high school? Did it come up in college? Like when did this really take shape? When do you think it took shape?
Well, the whole video creation, video producing, and hosting, that type of thing.
Yeah.
It actually stems back in high school. I took broadcasting classes as electives, and I didn't know what I was getting myself into, and eventually fell in love with it, and that kind of carried on into college. I ended up doing radio for internships, TV and stuff like that. And
where did you intern?
I interned for Kiss FM in Chicago, working with Fred and Angie Taylor, our fellow.
That's 103.5.
That is.
All right.
Yes.
Just making sure people know. I think it's the #1 morning show right now, too.
It is.
It is. All right. Continue. So you started there?
So from there, after college, I kind of geared that my love for broadcasting into what I do today. So basically, I not only make these funny, entertaining YouTube videos, I actually video produce for a living. So I do any kind of media production, from voiceovers to filming to content creation, that sort of thing.
So Jenna, tell me, as far as you start doing this, you do your first video, right? And how was it received? Oh no, boom, go, brate, wow. Or was it a slow momentum, to build up?
It was definitely a slow momentum because I didn't know what I was getting myself into. I've never done something like that before. YouTube at that time, I only knew the side of it as a viewer. I didn't necessarily know as a creator, and then I was kind of learning as I went. I would describe the beginning kind of like lighting like a cigarette lighter. You try to get the flames, like the flames are there, but it's not fully lit just yet. In the beginning, I felt like people liked what I was doing, and that kind of pushed me to continue going, because I had people texting me and messaging me saying, "You're hilarious. Like, you should do more of this stuff. You should do this. You should do that." I'm like, okay, if people want to continue seeing it, then I'm going to continue doing it.
And you did.
I did.
Tell me, between the first video that you did and the second, was there a little pause there? You'll be like a mala pausa.
At that time when doing research, I found that being consistent really helps, because once you have a buzz going, you kind of want to ride the wave.
Sure.
So then I don't think I waited too long. I want to say it was like a week or so that like in between the two videos.
Was it difficult to edit? Was it the technical issues of video editing? It seems like a headache to me, right? Until you get the hang of it. Was it a bitch?
You know what? It comes naturally to me, because I find that I'm handy when it comes to that type of stuff. Back then, I didn't have the resources or the equipment to kind of bring my visions to the forefront to the fullest. So I pretty much made it basic, because I saw that a lot of people were making basic videos that kind of skyrocketed. So I'm like, you know what, let me just keep it simple. And I'm like, you know what, I'm bored. Let me take it up a notch. So I got more equipment. I got more programs. I learned a little bit more. I ended up getting a green screen to just kind of advance these videos and do things that haven't been done in this sort of arena with this sort of theme. So
from the beginning, right? Right? You start working on it, and you're getting through all these obstacles, right? What would you say is the most difficult part of this whole process of putting a video together?
I would say the most difficult part is staying disciplined to get the videos out and really putting it all together, because I'm a one-man band. I'm doing the job of probably 6 people, like the camera guy, the sound guy, the screen, like the setter-upper, if that's even a word,
right.
Set designer,
sure.
The host, the editor, the marketer. So it really is tough to kind of play all those roles for such a small scale project, I guess you could say. Like, I put a lot of effort into it, basically.
You give yourself deadlines, buddy?
I do, because if I don't, I feel like I would slack off and forget about it. And I try to make it seem like I'm working on an assignment for real. Therefore, I put more effort into it, more time into it, and take it seriously. I pretend like this is like my job.
Right. Okay.
Well,
it's a hobby.
It's a duty at this point.
Doctor, okay, commander. Tell me, as far as videos, how many videos do you think you have now in total?
I saw earlier today, and I just started crossing myself because I couldn't believe that I spat out 81 videos. To me, that's a lot. I know there are YouTubers that do things every day, but it's like vlogs are easier than some of the videos that I've put out there that take a lot of effort, a lot of time, a lot of components. So I would pat myself on the back for that, because it is not easy.
Sure.
And 81 videos, I feel like, is a pretty big accomplishment.
Well, it is.
Closer to 100.
You're what, 19?
Yeah.
Is that by the end of the year?
Let's hope so. I sure got a lot of time now. I don't think anyone's going anywhere.
So let's take a look at a quick clip of one of those videos. Get that up on the screen. And Srdjan, to tell me a little bit about the one we're going to show them right now.
So this video is Koto Tamo Peva. Basically, I'm doing a Balkan music game show. I don't believe anyone's ever done something like that.
Sure.
I take Google Translate, I put Serbian lyrics in there, translate it to English. I play them the English version. They gotta tell me what song it is. So I had a pretty good time, and the contestants had a great time. So take a look.
All right, let's take a look. Real simple. Čekaj samo da nađem. Gde mi je otišao? Evo. Čekaj. Samo minut, molim vas. Samo pažnja. There we go. Srdjan General, ladies and gentlemen. Ko to tamo peva? Enjoy.
This game tests your Balkan music knowledge. I'm going to translate Balkan song lyrics to English via Google Translate. The app will tell you the English lyrics, and you have to tell me what Balkan song it is. Now, are you ready?
Absolutely. I think I'm an expert when it comes to Balkan music, so let's do this.
Do you have your lifeline present?
No, he's probably taking a dump.
Oh, good. The first clue is...
All my song is from pain, and that song is my life, and these glasses around the table, my friends give it to her.
What?
You want to do it again?
Right?
No.
Is it Asa Perovic?
Ooh, so close.
Something so. Ova pjesma. That's something.
Oh, you're missing 2 words.
Hang on. Ova pjesma.
That's the second part of the chorus. I need the first part of the chorus. Thank you. Yes.
All right.
Pesma je od Boga, a ta je pesma život moj. I ove
A ta je
čaše
pesma
od kostola,
život moj.
drugovi moji dajte joj.
Yeah, okay.
Next clue.
Open your door for me, I'm a knocking man, faithful servant, who begs you a prisoner, who loves you, who you queen of my heart.
What did he say?
Is it Holly Baselage?
I mean, he's just as old.
Kraljice srce moga. Yeah?
Ding, ding, ding.
I know my friends, so that's good.
Sinan?
Huh?
Sinan? Is it Sinan?
Another old schmuck.
Shaban?
Yes.
That was mean. That was...
Yes. Yes. What's the f***ing song? Oh.
Oh, I love this part.
I knew that one.
Oh. All right.
All right. So that's just a clip of what you did on one of the videos. Koto tamo peva. Another example of your creativity. I don't think we've had that yet. I've never seen that before. Have you?
I've never seen that either.
So svaka tebi čast. What would you say is your favorite video out of the 81 videos that you have, buddy?
Aside from that one that you just played, I thoroughly enjoy doing How Balkan Are You and also How American Are You? And that's because it gives me a chance to talk to random people that I wouldn't necessarily cross paths with or even talk to in everyday life, because either we don't hang in the same social circles or whatnot. Also, I love the spontaneity of it all. Even though the questions are easy, you never know what the person's going to say.
Right.
So I just love that.
Right. You know, I saw the American one. I thought that was very impressive. You know, the American guy was very intoxicated.
Absolutely. They all were.
But
That's the beauty of it.
One of them was getting him right. He was answering your questions like boom, boom.
He was on it. Uncle Sam.
Yeah, but
that's who he was dressed as.
On je školovan iako je pijan, you know? So, all right. What would you say is are the subscribers' favorite videos, right? You know, the people that
I would say the same. The How Balkan Are You? It's like something that people look forward to. They recognize the people that are in them, and they love seeing their friends and family kind of squirm and get the questions wrong. And I feel like it's entertaining for everybody.
So How Balkan Are You? Is that what you said?
Correct.
So let's take a look. Let me see if I can find it. How Balkan Are You? I think I had a prepped ready here for you. And this is Chicago Revisited, episode 6. So tell me if you're okay with it, and let's play a little clip of it.
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Happy anniversary, because it's the 1-year anniversary of this segment. Here I am at Surfest Chicago trying to find out how Balkan are you. But before we do that, I just want to show off a prototype from my future online store.
Look at that.
Samotako to Srdzeli. Let's go find some contestants, shall we?
What if I look stupid?
Well, that's the point. You want someone to... You're getting a little bit too close to the sheet.
Let the games begin.
What is one thing you hide in an old cookie tin?
Needles.
Sewing supplies.
Money.
I'll accept that. I was looking for sewing supplies.
Sewing stuff.
That's correct. So you know this. All right, for a vampire facial, they draw your blood and inject this substance in your face. The name of it is this favorite Balkan biscuit cookie.
Biscoff. Plasma.
Yeah. Yes. Biscoff. Starts with a P.
Yeah,
It's not porn this time. Well, the answer is porn.
no. I know, it's Lane biscuits, but I know what
Well, the
it
answer
is.
is porn. Plasma.
Plasma kegs. Plasma.
Yeah. If roses are red and violets are blue, what is the color of Zorica Brunslik's hair? Well, here's a better question. Who is Zorica Brunslik? Yeah, bueno. Oh my God.
Oh.
Whose hair?
That one hurt.
Zorica Brunslik.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, another stake to the heart.
Say it again.
It's like red or purple.
It's pink.
Pink.
Yes. All right, solve this riddle.
There we go. One more.
I can be hard as wood or cushioned for the pushing. You can slide your feet right in me when you want to go for a stroll. You can hear me coming from a mile away. What am I?
Clompet.
Yeah.
Bravo.
Baba.
That wears what?
Amarama.
On her feet, bre.
Oh, papucha?
What kind of papuche? They're wooden. That's not wooden.
Bells?
This isn't elves at Christmas. Just papuche that are made out of wood that people wear.
Oh, wooden shoes.
Which are called what? Someone.
Oh, clompet.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. At Apostna Slava, you're likely to find this ingredient in every
too good.
dessert.
Here we go. One more.
Morasi.
Bravo.
Vrashno?
I got to stop right there.
Yeah.
We could go on all day with this. So that was, I know that that's a very popular one. I know you did a couple episodes. You did one here in the city. Where have you done How Balkan Are You?
I did it in Arizona. I did it in Wisconsin.
Sure.
I also did it virtually, considering we were all quarantined for a few months.
Right.
And I'm hoping to take it in more cities when this is all over.
Do you have any in mind?
I was thinking Pennsylvania, San Diego.
Bravo.
Um,
San Marcos, molim te, San Marcos.
oh, sorry.
Oh.
Vegas.
Cool.
And Florida.
All right. So you've got options, right?
I do.
All right. You can always
And
go,
requests.
don't forget, you can always go north of the border. Imaš paso, Shelly.
Yes, I do.
Just,
I got to make sure it's active.
Hey, how do you choose who gets on the show? How do you choose who goes on?
Honestly, it's either I go after like my cousins and their friends, or they kind of take me to who they think would be a good fit for it. I usually give everyone a heads up to let them know, hey, we're doing this, but just let you know, you may or may not see yourself in it, depending on how long the video is. And if you get them all right, you're definitely not going to be in it, because anybody want to watch people get them all right, because that's not funny.
Right. It's not. I was dying, bro. Dying.
I love that one. That's one of my favorites.
Tell me, as far as subscribers go, how many subscribers do we have on the YouTube platform right now?
More than 1,500.
Wow. Svaka čast, brate.
Thank you.
I remember when we were talking about getting to the 1,000, right? And it was
Yeah.
like teeth, man. I was like, come on, somewhere small.
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
And it's like 996. Like, ajde još 4 koga nisam zvao. You know?
Seriously, make a few fake emails just to subscribe, right?
Neka. You didn't buy them, did you?
No.
No, just making sure.
Anybody got time or money for that?
Your base is the United States and Canada. To ti je baza. Where do you see other people watching from? What other countries can you tell us from the insights that you might have? Odakle gledaju?
So Serbia, Croatia, Slovenia, Australia, Bosnia, Germany, Macedonia, and the UK. Those are pretty much my biggest people, apart from United States and Canada.
Did your family say something to you? Like, what was your family's reaction to this? Go, hello, šta radiš, si lud?
Well, first they didn't know, because
how do they not?
Usually, if I tell them I like a certain idea, they almost would convince me otherwise. therefore I wouldn't even do it. So I just wanted to test the waters to see what will float. And if it floats, great. If it doesn't, then no big deal. Just move on with my life. But at first, I thought it was like Zaibansia, if I can even say that. But as people started to stop them at random events, saying how much they love it, they started to change their thoughts a bit. And there was one instance when a family friend approached my mom, and I forgot what event it was. She was saying, yeah, I was having a really like rough patch in my life, and I started watching his videos and kind of lifted my spirits. I'm like, damn, that's pretty deep. So I'm like, I didn't realize I was making that big of a difference in people's lives like that.
How long was it before they did find out? Was it 6 months, a year? You know, what was...
My mom probably knew about it like a month to 2 in. And my dad didn't know until probably the second year I was doing it.
How many videos were out at there?
Oh, God. I don't even know. Well, here's the thing. He's a busy guy. When he comes home, he just like rots on the couch watching Channel 9 News and he goes to bed.
Hey, bolje nego da gleda zadrugu.
Oh, totally. Totally.
So was there like an aha moment? Like this is like, this could work. This, like what makes it like, did you have a moment like that, or was everything just kind of flowing steady?
I did. There are 2 moments that come to mind. When I started the How Balkan Are You, it piqued people's interest, but like the next summer, people knew who I was and approached me, or were running away from me because they didn't want to be on camera, knowing that like what I was doing and what I was there for.
Hold on. Did you have a hard time, grabbing people, or is it just now everybody is willing to?
No, they know what I'm in, what they're in for, and what I'm there for. So if you don't want to do it, no big deal. Either they'll nominate someone or they nominate themselves, which is great. So it makes things a lot easier than trying to go up to random people, convincing them that I'm not some random person off the street, trying to make them, look bad. That's on them at that point.
Right.
Another instance that would be when someone reached out to me to do a stand-up comedy show for a fundraiser that they were doing. I'm like, okay, well, there's more avenues to this, and there's more to this than I actually thought, rather than just making videos. We can do some other things with this, and that brought in things up for me. Doors opened.
Sure, opportunities have presented.
Right.
Right. All right, that's cool. So, tell me, did you have a mentor? Can you look at someone looking back now and say, this person influenced what I do?
There are people like my broadcasting teacher who kind of pushed me to do certain things that I didn't think I would be good at or be interested in. For example, in broadcasting, we had a radio unit, and we were pretty much recording our mini shows and like commercials. What I didn't know behind the scenes was that my teacher submitted my tape, let's call it a tape, to a contest, and I ended up placing, which led me to ABC 7 News, where I did a boot camp for broadcasting. So it's like people like him were kind of guiding me in the right direction when I was kind of like blind and not taking things seriously, being a high schooler or teenager and stuff like that. People like Angie Taylor on Kiss FM, who's also Serbian, doing things in broadcasting, someone to look up to. But all in all, I admired American comedians for their humor. And I was trying to just connect the dots of like being funny, being like a host of some sort, entertaining people and making people happy. So that kind of helped out.
You got a favorite comedian?
There's a couple of them. I don't even know if they're even active anymore. Well, one of them is dead, so they're definitely not active.
Pretty much out.
Well,
all right. At this time, and we're going to let everybody know, if you have any questions that you might want to ask Srdjan General, you can go ahead and join us on the Got Time page. I'm doing this from 3 or 4 different platforms. If you join us on the Got Time Facebook page, I'll be able to put your questions up on the screen, and you can ask Srdjan those questions, right? So it's facebook.com/gottime2020. Otherwise, just search Got Time ? And then you can go ahead and ask those questions. And we'll continue with our questions right now. Srdjan, tell me, there are many celebrities out there. Anyone you want to be like? Who do you want to like almost mimic to the T, or maybe that's not the right way of saying it, right?
I would say I want to be like a Howard Stern or even like a Jenny McCarthy, where it's like by day you're hosting a radio show, saying what you want, doing what you want without anyone kind of censoring you. And by night you're hosting like you're judging on a talent show, just being yourself and having a great old ball. And then you go home. So those two really come to mind because of their personality and all the things that they've done in their careers. So, and Jenny is from Chicago, so that also helps too.
She is. Tell me, you mentioned earlier you do something else besides the videos. What is it that you do, my friend? Remind everybody, and for those that have just joined us.
So I'm actually like a content producer and video producer for
Surprise.
Yeah, basically what I do for fun is what I do for real. But I actually do it on a more serious scale. So I make social media content, promotional videos, tutorials, voiceovers for educational institutions and municipalities. So, or anyone who wants my services.
Got it. Tell me, what do you do in your free time, Mr. Srdjane?
So I try to stay active as much as possible now that we've been quarantined and I'm working from home. If I didn't have my seat cushions, I'd probably have hemorrhoids for days. So I try to be active as much as I can. And watching mindless entertainment, just to, relax a bit, not think about much, even getting some inspiration. I get my best ideas when I'm half asleep because I'm not forcing myself to think about it.
Are you one of those people that jump out of bed and then take a note, or put it in your phone?
Yeah, I have to.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna forget it.
Get out of here, no?
Yeah.
Dobro. Ja spavam. I onak se ja sutra podsjetim ono. And then
you wake up and Bebo, I got this amazing idea. Spaz, I'm tired. It's 6 a.m. Bebo, I'm serious, man. It's the biggest thing ever. It's good, dude. Like, I'm not gonna even go take it to the next level because I know you very well, but I just find it funny because I can see that happening.
Are you married?
I am not yet.
Any kids?
Not that I know of.
Remember, those are two separate questions nowadays.
That's right. People have the kids before they get married, and then
Are you dating anybody?
I'm single and currently mingling.
No, but we're not going to ask her name.
She will stay private for now.
Anonymous.
That's right.
Right. Tell me, free time, you ever catch a movie? Do you like movies, documentaries, anything like that? Anything that's up your alley? Things similar to what you do? Yeah.
I like movies, but I have a movie commitment problem because I can't stay awake longer than 15 minutes for whatever reason. I don't know why. Maybe because I'm watching the movies like at the end of the day when I'm like tired. But I love watching comedies, that type of thing, and something easy going.
You drink?
I don't like to, but socially I'll sip on something just to have something.
You drink you drink alcoholic beverages, I take it.
Socially.
What's your favorite alcoholic beverage, my friend?
I would say a Moscow Mule, which for people who are of drinking age and don't know what that is, basically it's simple syrup, lime, ginger beer, and I think that's pretty much it. Maybe there's something else vodka.
No rakia?
No, not this body. Nope. If I wanted to drink liquid fire, yeah, I'll knock one back.
What's your favorite food, buddy?
When it comes to like non-cultural food or just in general?
Food in general, and then we'll do something Serbian.
I like anything Mexican. I love a good burrito, some tacos.
Are we talking Taco Bell? Or are we talking like
no? We're talking like Maria's, Abuela's restaurant, that type of thing, like the authentic Mexican.
Why can't it be Pablo? Huh? Right?
I don't know if Pablo's cooking.
Right. So okay. So what about as far as Serbian food goes?
I love a good shopska salata or a kupu salata. That, but I don't have this dish often, maybe like once a year, if that. But like, I love a Karađorđeva schnitzel because it's rare, and the fact that like it's fried meat with cheese inside. Like, how bad can that be?
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Fast food? Do you do fast food or no?
Barely, but my go-tos following the Mexican theme is Chipotle, which is my number one.
I'm not a fan of that. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, to sam mene. To
Is it because of cilantro, maybe?
nešto zdravo, brate. You know,
I love Chipotle so much.
healthy. I don't need that. You know?
I love Chipotle so much that when I went to London and was searching for a place to eat for lunch, I saw Chipotle on the map, and I ate there twice. That's how much I love it.
Okay. You know, I'm okay. But no, dobro, healthy. They're kobayagi healthy. To čujem. And ti jedeš i šopsku i kupu salatu. I thought you were going to say cevape, pljeskavice, brate.
That's such a typical answer. You know, everyone loves cevape. So it's like, I try to think of something that's a little bit more, I guess, rare.
You
know?
All right. You listen to music?
I do.
What's your favorite song?
Favorite song changes by the day. Usually if it's like a new song that I like in the moment, I play it 5 million times within that day, and then I'm sick of it. But I usually go back to some of the oldies, like, and by oldies I mean like turbo folk and like the 90s music, some 80s stuff. But you know, there's some hidden gems like on some of the albums that, you know, have been passed. You know, like the ones that people skip all the time. Like I revisit them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know where you pull some of these songs up from in your videos, bro. I'm like,
I have like a Rolodex in my head of just random songs, and even in conversation, like if I know of any lyrics that make sense with what I'm saying, like I'll sing it to you.
Please do, and I'll forward it to the appropriate party.
Tell
me, as far as favorite singer, male, female.
Favorite singer, I would say for female, Dragana Mirković. I grew up with her. I mean, she's a Balkanska zvezda. You know, you can't really go wrong with that. I mean, people would probably argue or debate between her and like Ceca. Ceca's great, don't get me wrong. I just prefer Dragana. That's just me. But as far as guys go, right now I'm a really big fan of Emir Đulović, who I feel like is an amazing singer when it comes to live stuff. Even his songs are great too.
Gotcha.
I feel like he's an underrated singer right now, but he's a rising star for sure.
Right, he's a young guy, so he's got a long way to go too. So he's got a lot of room for growth.
Definitely.
Right, and those songs he's coming out with, these like hitovi, but that's such a jam.
It just amazes me that he's been around. He even won like the Bosnian version of Zvezda Granda, which is like Zvezda može biti ti or something like that. I think he won that. And he had like a few hits here and there and then disappeared, and boom, Cipala came out.
And that was
massive.
Huge. Yeah, huge.
Massive.
You go multiple times a night. We used to play it. I remember it's still
a jam.
Yeah, it's not like it's gone, you know?
Yeah.
Do you travel? You travel often?
I try to whenever I have the chance, but the only place I'm traveling to now is from the kitchen to my bedroom. So I'm not going very far.
You're following the governor's orders, huh?
Well, to a degree.
Just saying. Where do you travel when you do?
I go to Miami a lot. I love tropical places, beaches, hot weather, that sort of thing. I do like to sightsee in cities I've never been to, or revisit cities that I love and do things that I didn't have time for before. You know, going to different countries when I can.
What is your favorite city outside of Chicago?
Miami.
Okay. What about outside of the United States?
Greece.
I
love Greece.
Any
it's beautiful.
Greece, or just as a country alone?
Sorry?
Any specific city in Greece, or?
I haven't explored too much. I went to Athens and Kefalonia the first and last time that I went, and I thought that was amazing on its own. I feel like it scratched the surface when it comes to Greece. Mm-hmm. There's so many other islands. So I'm hoping to go back, let's just say next summer, in hopes that this is all done.
Nikad se ne zna, right?
Right.
Tell me about sports.
I don't really care about them.
Gosh. You don't have a favorite soccer team?
I love Zvezda Granda because that's the only thing I watch.
All right. Any pets?
No one wasn't allowed to have them.
Oh.
Which is fine, but whatever.
Who didn't want it, mom or dad, or both?
Both. it's kind of like one of those things where it's like, we just resanded the floor, we just got new furniture, like the dog's gonna screw it up, like it's gonna crap everywhere. Who's gonna clean it up? Not me. So I'm like, you know what? I don't want to deal with it. It is a obaveza.
Of course.
And since we travel a lot, it's like, who are we gonna hand off the dog to?
Sure. It's rough.
You know?
And those kennels aren't cheap when you.
And if you travel with the animal too, that ain't cheap either. Like, I don't want to be that passenger with a barking dog, like crapping all over the aisle.
That's not how it works, but I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
One time when I was traveling, like I was waking up from like, I call it a daze because I can never fully sleep on a plane.
Mm-hmm.
And I just look down between the seats and I just see a dog's face in between the seats, just looking right at me. I'm like, that is a huge beep. Yeah. I don't even know how they even got. I swear to God, like this dog was the size of a human. It did not have its own seat. It was just like, you know, in that row, chilling.
What airline?
United.
Is that your preferred airline? Yeah.
It's not, but I've traveled with it a lot. That
airline? How can United not be your preferred airline? How? It's some of the trim.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because
let me hear this.
Okay. Story goes.
United fanatic here, right? United Airlines.
Oh, I've flown United like my entire life.
All right, that's right.
But what happened was, and I did make a video on this, it's like one of my earlier ones, when Spirit Airlines went on strike and all the pilots like didn't want to fly. They canceled my flight and I called customer service. They ended up getting me a whole new like reservation with another airline. Mm-hmm. And they ended up getting me Delta, which I've never flown with before. Mm-hmm. So when I went on the plane, I'll be okay, well, fine. Free drinks, I'm used to that and the snacks because of United. Right. But you didn't have to pay for internet. You have free bags. There were amenities that I'm used to paying for that were just given. And everyone was like so kind and there wasn't any problems. Everything was on time. And I'm like, all my life I've been so jaded thinking United is like number one. I'm just like, Delta, where you've been.
Well, United is number one, just so you know, for the record.
Well, we'll see about that.
But amateur pokazati, right?
Mm-hmm. The survival of the fittest right now.
Right. Tell me, you got a pet peeve? What's something that you absolutely hate the most?
I hate when people
and if it's an individual, let's leave the name, off.
I hate I hate people who are late and people who leave me hanging. Like if I'm expecting an answer and things are time sensitive, like I'm on pins and needles, all I want to do is like throw the phone at the wall.
Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry.
Absolutely. Example number one. You tell me 10 o'clock, you call me at 11, I'm already in bed.
But
I hate that.
Ko sad zna da ti sutra kao radiš? Come on. Sad bez veze pričamo gluposti, sada ne trebamo sad da pričamo o tome, razumiješ? Znači, samo čisto ono. Yes, I am fashionably late, right? As people know by our 8 o'clock start time, which doesn't typically start till 8:15, 8:20. But today we started, like 8:05, and that wasn't my fault. Was it? Just saying. Where do you see yourself in 5 years, brate moj? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? What does the future hold for Srdjan General social media? What does it hold, for your forte?
I see myself treading in different waters, like acting for real, or doing my own talk show, whether that be, I don't know what kind of scale that would be on, whether it be like a YouTube thing or like a video, like a podcast type situation, doing things where I call several guests and we kind of have like a conversation, a discussion, if you will. 10 years down the line, I hopefully retiring early and rich with all my endorsement deals and sponsorships from projects done from now until then. But one can only dream the American dream.
Right. But when you say these talk show hosting and whatnot, are you thinking American English market?
I am. Because I feel like I understand English better. I speak Serbian. I understand Serbian, which is all fine and dandy, but it might not be 100%. I don't necessarily understand their humor 100%. I feel like I understand American humor more, American culture more. And growing up watching these things, I understand it more. Therefore, I see myself going in that arena more.
Gotcha. What kind of projects we working on here? I know you've got a laundry list of items that you're always working on. It's always something. Care to share?
Sure. I have a few projects that are simmering on the stove right now. One, I'm writing a script to do Balkan video game video. Two, I'm working on getting an interview with the Chicago Fire soccer player for my new segment that premiered recently, Kositi, highlighting just successful people, successful Balkan people within different industries to kind of showcase, hey, that we're all over and it's possible to do non-traditional things that you might love doing and might not think that it's possible, because in our heads we're engraved to think like you can only be a doctor, lawyer, that sort of thing. The more, I guess, stable and
sure, job security, like
job security, high money making type thing. And
that segment is called Kositi. That was an original name. Very nice, right?
Yeah.
That segment typically starts something like this.
Exactly.
Srdjan General, keep going. All right, Kositi, go ahead. And what else?
And recently I finished the script for a more serious project. Seria is what it's all about. I'm hoping that we can start production on this soon, but with Corona and all the guidelines that we have to abide by and all that stuff, it's kind of on hold until we kind of get a hold of things and it's safe for us to all work together and be together.
So are there deadlines to the end of the year? Is it is that deadline out maybe a year and a half, two? Is it how do those work with Kositi and the movie script and the Seria script, I'm sorry, and whatnot?
Short term, I would say the Balkan video game video, I'll give myself like a couple weeks on that. I want to let it marinate to make sure that I think it's good enough for my public. I just don't want to spit something out that's kind of half done just for the sake of spitting it out.
Of course.
And the other ones are just kind of like down the line. There's a bigger project, there's a medium-sized project, and then there's, I don't want to say smaller, but more of a short term for easy consumption on YouTube.
Do you like the YouTube platform? Do you prefer that?
I do, because I feel like I have more control over that. I'm the one uploading it. I'm the one, adding in the descriptions. I get to see the analytics of it all, get to see what you like and don't like, what flies and what isn't flying, and that sort of thing. So it's really helpful.
Any other platforms that you'd like to maybe visit? This Twitch thing is huge now.
I feel like Twitch is for gaming, though.
TikTok is picking up like
I'm
right?
TikTok is popular, yes, but I feel like it's nothing different from like your Instagram stories or like Snapchat. It's short form, or even Vine. It's short form video that people consume and people can swipe through all day and night. I feel like that's another chore. That it's like if I have too many pots simmering on the stove, they're all going to boil over and it's all just going to go to hell. So I feel like I'd rather be established and good at this one thing and master that than be sort of, I guess you can say, underdeveloped across all the platforms. Like I'm there, but I'm not there.
Right. So be the best at
that one thing.
Yeah, I got you. Not a jack of all trades, even though you are, from technical aspects to creativity. I mean, just you've got it all. Svakati trust.
Thanks.
You have impressed a lot of people nationwide, and I can hear them talking about it. From San Marcos, San Diego, LA, to Pittsburgh, Detroit, and Cleveland. Not to mention your home base here in Chicago. Brate moj, thank you very much for joining me this evening.
Thank you.
We wish you all the best. I think a lot of people are always wondering, Chicago born, Chicago raised, like we said.
Represent.
Right? Right? I had a Chicago flag at my wedding, right? And half the people thought it was an Argentina flag.
I was there, and I don't remember that.
They're like, Argentina.
I think I was more focused on the cream of chicken that they were bringing me to the table than who were the Bariatari and what they were carrying.
Good. I'm going to make sure the Chicago flags has something to do with your episodes moving forward, right?
Yeah.
Right? Anyhow, Srdjan General, again, hopes to begin his stand-up comedy tour in the fall of 2020, pending Corona.
Yeah, I know.
Right? Well, listen, good luck. Želim ti sve najbolje.
Thank you.
I vidit ćemo se uskoro. You could, where can they find your content, Srdjan? Let them know.
So you can find me on YouTube. Just type in Srdjan General. And you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat at Srdjan_General. And hopefully we can connect soon.
Srdjan General, prijatelji moji, laku noć.